He's going down. He's going down. He is down, Scott Jones!
That's a nice bull.
That is the one from this morning. Every hunt kind of goes down this path, and there's some point where it goes really good, or maybe it goes bad. And that is that pivot point. And just about all of you can reflect back on any hunt that you've been on. If it's a successful hunt, there was one point along the way where that's where this hunt turned and became successful. Or if you're like me and you have some disappointing hunts, you look back on them and say, that's when this went into the ditch. So this hunt is my buddy Scott Jones. He drew the elk Idaho super tag. In other words, in Idaho, when you draw the super tag, you get to hunt any open unit. And through his research, Scott found a really good unit, and we saw lots and lots of bulls. Here's what I think the pivot point was. We are in this great big basin of aspens. It's a couple miles long and about a mile wide. And this bull is in with probably 15 to 20 other bulls in that basin. And they are just tearing it up and snorting and bugling and carrying on. Well, we could have got really aggressive and tried to go in there and have an encounter with that bull. But there's a bugle here, there's a bugle there, there's a bugle over here. Which one is him? And we knew if we called in a bull that was not him, the odds are that bull's gonna circle around like they do. He's gonna wind us, and he's gonna take off, and he's probably gonna clear that basin of elk. So I think we made the right decision. Scott said, hey, I wanna pull out, I wanna go get the rest of the crew, and I wanna come back here and just sit and wait this afternoon. And so we did that. We sat and we waited, and we let the situation take care of itself. All of a sudden, some cow elk start cow calling up the basin, and then there are bulls bugling and bulls bugling. And this bull that we had left in the morning had some other bulls with him earlier. Well, they weren't there now, but he starts working his way up out of the aspens. So rather than push the issue and know that there are too many bulls, if there is such a thing, when you target a bull, you could call in the wrong bull. And if you call in the wrong bull, you can mess it up. So to me, the pivot point in Scott's hunt was when he made the decision that he didn't want to force the issue. And I know a lot of people say, oh, be aggressive, be aggressive. Yeah, if we were aggressive, we would have killed a bull, but we don't know if it would have been that bull. Odds are we probably would have called in some other bull, some smaller bull. And he would have circled and circled till he got our wind. He would have barked and he would have took off and everybody would have left. And you saw what happened. Scott was patient. And when all these cows and bulls start making all this noise up to our right, up the drainage, the big old boy comes walking out of the bottom, steps out at 200 yards. Scott shoots him. To me, that was the pivot point. Scott made the right decision. He made the right call. We snuck out of there, and then we snuck back in there for the afternoon, and that bull took care of the whole situation by himself. With a little help from his friends up the basin that got him all worked up. By doing that, Scott was able to pick out the bull, not just any bull, but the bull that he was looking for. So, hopefully you enjoy these pivot points. All of us get to reflect back on what went right or what went wrong. And we'll be sharing some that went wrong too. Stay around. You'll get plenty of pivot point discussions about where things went south on us. But anyhow, that's how it worked out for Scott's Idaho elk hunt. And I reflect back on that. I'm pretty confident that was the pivot point. Thanks for watching.